Hi, today we're going to talk about some of the extra features in the Neuropathylator software, and I'm going to start by talking about how you create your own presentations. So to do that, you need to go into this button right here that's called Tours. So I'm going to click on that, and it goes right into an area where you can go ahead and create your own presentations. If instead it shows a keypad, I'll show you in a few moments how it is you can make that keypad disappear. That keypad is for your Tours code, and it's so that if you're using the software in a reception room, then the patients aren't going to be able to change any of the presentations you create. The tour or presentation editor has two screens. The first screen is this one, where you can manage your lists of the presentations you've created, and the second one is where you actually build the presentation. This up here is a drop-down menu that enables you to filter out which types of presentations you want to be visible. So I'm going to right now get rid of that dot that you see here by just clicking one time, and now there's nothing in the list. I'm going to pull down the filter again, and I'm going to choose where it says Other Built-in Slideshows. These are slideshows that we've offered for you to be able to play with. On the other hand, we also have built-in daily slideshows, and you can see that if we have all of these showing at one time, it can be too many, and that's why we have this filter system here. So I'm going to go ahead and hide both of those, and we're going to create a presentation from scratch. So now to create this presentation, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click this button down here that says New. And now we have slide trays on the right, and we have many of them. You see I'm scrolling down all of these different slide trays. And these slide trays have sometimes just a few images in them, and sometimes they have more than that. And then you can slide down in the slide tray. So let's go ahead and build a fast presentation. We can talk about causes of subluxation. I'm going to come back up to the Neuropathylator slide tray. That's where we have our report of findings. We can talk about postural issues. We can talk about a cervical subluxation. I'm going to come back over here to the SHO slide tray called Anatomy, and I'm going to bring over this image, and I'm going to insert it right in between the first and the second image. So now I have 4 images in here. So I'm going to give this a name, and I'm going to call it Tour. And I'm going to click the Save button. Now, we don't see it in the list, but when I allow the filter to show other custom slideshows, we'll see there's 2 in there. One is called Test and one is called Tour. The one called Tour is the one that's highlighted. Let's go ahead and play that and see what that looks like. When we click the play button, we go to a screen that has a yellow frame around it. Now that yellow frame indicates that we are in a presentation. The other way you know that is because down here we have a left and right arrow and a circular button. If I click the right arrow, it will take us to the next scene that was on the film strip over in the Creator. If I click this arrow right here, this is from within the SHO program, and it will stay within that chapter. I can still click buttons and demonstrate what it is that that page is designed to demonstrate. If I click this arrow again, it's going to go to the next item that we put on the film strip. I'm going to click forward head position. I can click the zoom button and zoom into that discussion. I can click the banana screen and show what happens when we straighten out something designed to be curved and how there's bruising to the soft tissue inside. And then I can show that the soft tissue inside the spine is the spinal cord and what happens to the base of the brain and top of the spinal cord when we have that chronic anterior translation. Now I'm going to click one more time down here, and we see that now this arrow is grayed out because we are at the end of our presentation. If I were in the middle of it, and I'm going to click the left arrow, so now both of these are available to us, and I'm going to click the circular button. This enables us to ad-lib. It enables us to jump out of the presentation, go to another place somewhere within the program, and from there we can talk about different problems. When we want to get back to the presentation, we click the circular button again and we get two new buttons. This one says begin and this one says resume. If I click the resume button, then it takes us right back into the presentation where we were at the time that we got out. If I want to go and change or edit this, I'll click the circular button, I'll click the tours button, I make sure the tour I want to edit is selected, I click the edit button, and here's the film strip here. We can make changes to it, and when we save it, we can give it the same name or a different name, save it again, and we're ready to go. Now, I mentioned a key code necessary for the tours before. Let me show you what it is that I'm referring to. If I click this tour button and there's no key code in the preferences, then it comes up with this menu here, or this keypad. And I would have to click in the 5 digits that make up the particular code. And that takes us in. Well, let's see how we could get rid of that. When we're on the home page, we normally would see an Edit Prefs button over here. To get that, we click on this logo, and then this button reappears as we re-enter the beginning of the home page. I'm going to click Edit Prefs. I'm going to come to this field right here and type 04009, which happens to be the code for this dongle. I'm going to click down here where it says Save and Run. And now when I click the Tours button, notice that it jumps past the keypad.